Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chosen One Testimony and I am Kokolangat. So today we are doing the part 3 of Mommy Girl series 101 and I know it's late. I'm sorry. There has been so much. I thought because now school is closed, I'm going to have time to comfortably make videos and upload all the time, but no. Honestly, it did not work out as I thought, but we have tried. So this is the third part. I'm sorry for the delay. It was supposed to be coming out every Monday, but I'll just still try to make it happen like when it should. But anyway, so this is the third part, and today we are talking about fears and uncertainties that come with parenting, that come with motherhood, pregnancy, and all that. So I'll try and make this as personal as possible so that maybe you can connect or relate or really get what this is like. So when I found out I was pregnant, first of all, I was afraid of what my parents were going to do to me. Like, not even, I didn't even care about what they would think. I was just afraid of what they were going to do to me because African parents, my afraid to get pregnant in an African home. Are you serious? And I was 21 at that time. Was I 21? I'm 23 now. I think I can't even, I think I was 20 turning 21 when I got pregnant. So I was like pretty young for, like for this kind of setup to get pregnant. My friend, anyway, so I was really afraid of what would happen like to me, in terms of my parents and their reaction and all that. I was also afraid of what people are going to think or say about me. So like we're always afraid of what the society is going to think about you, say about you, how they're going to react, how they're going to treat you. Mind you, I used to like serve in praise and worship in back at home, like in our church. So I was also afraid of what the church was going to think or say about me. Msichana kanisa, umeenda university, umechanuka ukaona like the whole thing. And then again, I was like when people get pregnant, they always start getting sick, and like this, they become so fragile, and I really don't like being sick. I don't like being like fragile and unable to just perform and be healthy and work on my 100. So I was afraid that maybe I was going to become lazy or sickly, or maybe I'm just going to grow fat and just be like just lying around the whole time. Like I did not want that. I wanted to like remain active, and because I used to play basketball, I used to run a little. So I was really afraid that maybe I'm going to lose that and maybe just grow fat. And by the way, I did not even grow fat. I did not. And the little weight I gained, it all went away within the first month post delivery. Imagine, like that was just so. Anyway, so again I was afraid. Okay, there's some, okay, when I got pregnant, I developed this craving for cinnamon and pineapples. Then later on, I found out that these two things can cause a miscarriage, and I am sure by that time I had consumed so much of it, so I was afraid that I was going to lose my baby. I remember calling a friend of mine and I was telling my friend, I am so afraid that I'm not going to have this baby. Like maybe I may not be able to carry this baby to term because I've been eating a lot of cinnamon, a lot of pineapples, and they cause miscarriages, and I don't want to lose this baby. I used to cry. I think for a whole 2 weeks straight, I was just worried about losing my baby. I was so scared. I was just crying and trying so much, like to make sure, like to feel that my stomach was firm, that maybe it was not. I don't even know. Like I was just so scared of having a miscarriage. Then again, I was so afraid of having a stillbirth. Like you carry your baby each time, but then they come out dead. I was so afraid of that thought, and I had had so many stories of people that had had stillbirth, and it was just so sad and so discouraging. Like I was just afraid of having stillbirth. I was afraid again of death, my friend. Pregnancy and bringing life to earth, like there's a very thin line between you and the other life, my friend. I was really afraid that maybe I may not have like enough strength to be able to push this baby, and maybe I might die on. And then when I was pregnant, my sister told me about some girl that we were with in high school who had lost her life during childbirth, and that thing scared the living body out of me. Like I was so scared. I was so very very scared. So like I always pray to God, oh God, please just preserve my life. I was really afraid of like dying while giving birth. Like, how is my baby even going to live without me? Or how, like, man, I was just afraid of that. Then also, again, I was afraid of getting complications, like anything could happen when you're pregnant or when you're delivering. Like, complications come, like maybe you start like bleeding too much, or maybe just something goes wrong. I don't know. Like, I was just afraid of having complications. I just wished there was a way that my baby could just come out without me having to just go to hospital and push, because I did not want anything to go wrong. And then, okay, I wasn't really afraid of tears, because I had been told, like when you are sewn, it just goes back to normal, your everything goes back to shape. So like that was not really a big fear for me. But I was afraid of getting fistula, because I had that, it's quite a struggle. And we have heard of, hey, but there's this lady that I just listened to, and I'm like, why in your God, people have strength, like God gives people strength. Chantelle Petit, either girl, man, me, I don't know. Like, she's just so strong, what she has gone through. Like, but I thank God that she really had the support of her subscribers and family and friends and all that. But as it takes so much strength to like bravely walk through some things. Like, hey man, God just bless you where you are. Hey, you are so strong. You are so strong. I was afraid of this too. And then one thing that I was extremely afraid of going through was CS. Hey, my friend, the thought of maybe there being a possibility of maybe like being put through CS just scared me so badly, so badly. Like, I didn't even want to think about, like. And then, I don't know, like, when I started fearing the thought of having CS, now I got the muhahi to want to watch movies. No, not movies, like videos on YouTube of people that have been through like live CS procedures. I would watch so many of them, and like, you watch them and your heart is pounding so hard, but you just cannot stop watching. Like, you just keep watching one after the other. Like, I had watched so many. And then there's one that was so, like, I don't know, like, you could just clearly see all the layers being cut and open. God, that thing freaked me so badly. Hey, I didn't even want to like think about having CS. Okay, so apart from CS, okay, like, I was afraid of, okay, I was not really afraid of like delivery costs and all that, because my parents were supporting me. I had saved some money when I was working in campus. And so, okay, financially, I was not really afraid, because I knew anyway God always provides. Like, in terms of finances, I've never been worried about finances. Like, I always know God will provide what I need. Like, if I need something and I just tell him, God, and I really need this, but he always provides. So for me, finances was never a worry. But that's some people that are worried about finances, because maybe you don't have a job, your baby dad is not supporting you, your parents maybe have thrown you out, you don't even have anything to your name. So like, raising a kid becomes quite a challenge. What else? Another thing that I was really scared of is finding nurses during delivery who were rude and like just cold-hearted. Those nurses with those nurses that slap you. Wale wenye wanakuulizanga, kwani tulikuwa nawe hapo? We have all heard those stories, and man, I did not want to go through that. For a moment, I was like very sure I would consider having my baby at home. So maybe have a midwife, or are they called doula or doula? Those ones come, like, to have maybe them come home and help me give birth to my baby at home. I did not want to go to the hospital, because I was afraid. Yes, we might go to a good hospital, but maybe the person that will deal with you will be so cold-hearted and maybe so stressed and what, and then they'll just pour out all the anger and stress and hate on you. I did not want that. I did not want that. I really don't like rude people, so I was not ready to deal with a rude person during labor. No. And then also having quack doctors, those who don't even know what they are doing. I was so afraid of that. There are so many things that you just fear when you are pregnant. And then the uncertainties now. You're not even sure like how tomorrow is going to be. Your baby comes, you don't know what tomorrow is going to be like. You don't know what exactly they're going to. Okay, like you know what they need, but you don't know what needs will come up. Like you don't even know how they'll grow. You don't even know how they will be health wise. So maybe like physically or mentally, like you don't even know what to expect. You never know what to expect, and there are so many things that you are uncertain even about how they're going to grow. like what will happen to you in the future, what will happen to them, like how you'll be able to like raise them all through to adulthood until that point, and yet they are now independent and doing things on their own, and maybe even moving out of your place. Like you don't even know what to expect. But then during that time, okay, like I always used to tell myself like God has everything in control. And one thing that used to encourage me so much was this verse that says like, before you were put in your mother's womb, I knew you. You know, even before you were formed, I knew you. Like, you know, that just tells you that God has written down your whole story from beginning to end, even before you existed. So he did that for your kid, and that means your kid came at the right time through the right person, who is you, whether the father or the mother. And like God has everything in control. He knows what you're going through, he knows what you need, he knows what will happen. So you don't have to be worried, because he has everything in control. And that means also, like, if he wrote my kid's story, he also wrote mine. So he knows, like, he knew I was going to have a kid at this time, he knew I was going to face this, he knew how I was going to sail through it and what I would need. And you know, like, he knew everything. He knows what I will need. But again, we do not have because we do not ask. You know, we have not because we ask not. If I need peace during my pregnancy and I don't have peace, you know, I need to ask for that, because God is the Prince of Peace. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. And so I realized that, you know, if I do not like really have Jesus close to me at this time, of which he's literally the only person that I truly had at that time. So I just learned to like draw my strength from him. It was really hard, like going through that in such a setup, in such a setting. And you know, you're still depending on your parents and all that, and all the things that are going, like, happening around you in terms of your relatives, the church, and all that, friends. It was hard. But I think most times when we're going through hard times is when we really forget like who we are and to whom we belong, who holds our lives in his hands, and like what he has said about us. You know, if you believe, like Jesus has said this about me, that I have conquered, like, huh? Like, we have conquered everything through him. In we are more than why is it like disappearing? Anyway, like, we are more than conquerors through Christ. So like, no matter what I go through, I know I have conquered, because he himself overcame the world. So like, nothing that I go through is going to defeat me, because he already has given me the victory. And like, he shall satisfy all my needs according to his riches in glory. So whatever I need, whatever my kid needs, be it health or wealth or anything, literally anything that my kid will need, like, God will always provide. You know, it's so easy for you to forget who you are and to whom you belong when you are surrounded by situations that are really hard for you to deal with. But I feel like it is always good for us to be quickened in our spirits, that every time you're going through something, like, always remember to run to Christ at that time, you know. And he's going to like deal with your needs. He's going to deal with you, like what you need as a person, spiritually, physically, emotionally, because you know, in him we have everything that we need. And going through pregnancy is a beautiful thing. Okay, for me it was beautiful, and I thank God that at least he was there for me. Okay, not at least, like, he was there for me. And I feel like we shouldn't like allow ourselves to feel like we are, you know, like, going down the okay, I feel like I'm losing what I was trying to say. I don't know what I'm saying. Really, sometimes I lose myself. Okay, like, it's important to always remember that God has got our backs no matter what we are going through. And like, he will always be there for you. So he has also, like, the Bible tells us that, for I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of courage, of love, and of a sound mind. When you have a sound mind, you'll be able to like know that, you know, Christ is with you and he has got your back and he has everything under control. When you have courage, you'll be able to face every situation that comes your way with, like, with bravery, with courage, with assurance, because you know that with Christ everything is possible. All your needs are provided for, like, all your fears are just drawn away, and you are free, and you are happy, and you are calm, because you know, like, God is just there for you, and he's going to supply all your needs, and he's taking care of you, and he knows what you're going through. He's your father and he loved you. So I mean, he just take care of you and like supply all your needs. Yeah, I think I'm losing myself, but I feel like it's really important for people to remember that You know, God is always there for us, and He cares, and He knows what we're going through, and He has our stories written from beginning to end, even before we are born. So no matter what we go through, like He knows, but His will is always perfect. So just flow with it, and just let Him come into your life and just work out things for you, and things will be easy. Things will be easier when we let Him, like have His way, let His will like be be at work in us. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. So when it comes to fears and uncertainties, yes, fears will come there. Fears will come in our lives, but don't allow them to like take over. Don't allow them to take over, because Christ is in control, and in Him we don't have fear, but we have courage, love, and a sound mind. Yeah, I think that's it. I have totally lost what I had planned to say, but I hope with whatever I have said, you are getting something, and that God will bless you. Just remember that Christ is important. Have Him in your life, and He will make everything smooth. Yeah, for you. Okay, I think that's it for now. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.